The Bears are who I thought they were, and they showed it on the field. It's time to trust the process. What's up, guys? Swifty here, covering everything Chicago Bears. I have been obsessed with the Bears since I was a little kid. I have always studied the draft like I was a GM and followed the Bears closely 365 days a year. This year, after I started this channel, I dug in even more than I ever did in the past. I watched hundreds of hours of tape on our rookie class and free agents. I loved what Ryan Poles was doing. Too many times in my life have I watched the Bears overspend in free agency on mediocre players. I've always tried to talk myself into liking them, but I often feel a disconnect in how our team should be built and what our general managers actually do. It makes being a fan hard sometimes. We have all been frustrated with what this team has put on the field the last couple of decades. What I saw this offseason was a general manager that finally saw things like I see them. He minimized risk and maximized flexibility in the first year of a rebuild. A lot of low risk, high reward guys that don't clog up future cap space. The timeline of our young quarterback, Justin Fields, is the only thing that didn't line up perfectly. In an ideal world, you would have liked to see more talent around Justin Fields in his second season, but realistically, the timing didn't match up. Ryan Poles inherited a roster that had a severe lack of talent, years of terrible cap management, combined with some awful drafting, and a GM that continued to misvalue draft picks. In order to set things right, this team required a reset. The best way to do that was to bring in as much inexpensive talent as possible. People continue to say Ryan Poles did nothing or that none of these cheap players are working out, and that is simply wrong. Out of our 53-man roster, we came into the season with 33 new players and only 20 left over from last year. That's not even counting Alex Leatherwood or N'Keal Harry, but people are missing how a lot of these low-priced free agent additions, late-round draft picks, and undrafted free agents are making an impact. Mike Pennell Jr., who I talked about in the offseason, has played well all year long as a rotational piece on that D-line. Jack Sanborn has played well on special teams and started at Sam linebacker last night. Michael Schofield played great at his first appearance at left guard. Nicholas Morrow has had a very underrated season as our starting Mike linebacker. Armon Watts has played pretty good at defensive tackle. On the offensive side of the ball, Equanimous St. Brown, Dante Pettis, Kari Blasingame, Lucas Patrick, and Braxton Jones have all started almost all season on offense, and Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker have been dynamic in the secondary. Trenton Gill has been very good as our rookie punter. Elijah Hicks and Josh Blackwell, among others, have really helped us out on special teams as well. No matter where you look at this roster, Ryan Poles' footprints are everywhere, and he is putting a stamp on this roster. He turned over 70% of this roster in one offseason. A lot of fans simply don't get it. Yeah, we could have spent more on wide receivers or offensive line, but it was also a very weak free agent class, and the draft just didn't fall to us that way. It's also unfortunate that our wide receiver room was devastated by injuries in training camp and preseason. It could be a different story if Velus Jones Jr., N'Keal Harry, Byron Pringle, and Tajay Sharp all stayed healthy. Also, no matter how you try to shake it, this team is just a couple of muffed punts away from potentially being 5-2 right now and in first place of the NFC North. This is during the first year of our rebuild with the cheapest roster in the entire league, no first-round pick this year, the 8th youngest team in the league, and having the most cap space in the NFL next year with all of our picks. This is vindication for the entire coaching staff and Ryan Poles. Also, a little bit for me. The Bears are exactly who I thought they were. Before this season started, I predicted between 6 and 10 wins. I don't like predicting each game, but I did it for fun and predicted we'd start out 3-4 and finish with 9 wins. Well, after 7 weeks, we are 3-4. Last week, I was called crazy for predicting this team has any chance to get to 9 wins. That doesn't look so crazy today, does it? I even had a few people call me stupid and a clown for saying all year long we have zero chance at getting the #1 overall draft pick next year. ESPN, NFL Network, and others told you differently, and a lot of fans wanted to roll with that narrative. I've fought against it all along. 12 days ago, there was a large percentage of this fan base that was talking about our coaches and GM potentially being fired and how we hired the wrong guys and how we drafted the wrong guys. These people are awfully quiet today, aren't they? Or they've jumped right back onto the bandwagon, one or the other. I've said it all along, guys. There are going to be a lot of ups and downs this season. We are not a complete football team yet. However, those of you who watched my Keys to Victory video, we did play a complete game for the first time this year, and you all saw the results. As amazing as that game was, I do want to stress that we still aren't a complete team yet. There will be more ups and downs throughout the course of this year. This win was very encouraging to see. It was a huge step in the right direction, but we are still a 6 to 10 win team. We are still laying the foundation for future success. This is the one critical thing that a young team has to do to attract free agents, though. Justin Fields is showing the entire world how much ability he has. When he does things like that on prime time, it makes other players around the league want to join him and help him win. He is a true leader, and that's my quarterback.
It's my quarterback.
Monday Night Football, what's up, Bears fans? Good dub tonight on this Monday night. Great atmosphere. Appreciate y'all for coming out. Bear down.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
The Bears are who I thought they were, and last night's game was proof that it's not just about trusting the process, it's about understanding the master plan. Ryan Poles is playing chess, and a lot of Bear fans still want to play checkers. The future of the Chicago Bears is looking brighter than it ever has in my lifetime. As a fan, I couldn't be more excited. I appreciate everybody who watches my videos. Please hit that like button for me and drop a comment letting me know how you are feeling after this big win. Stay tuned. I have so much more coming. I have at least 5 videos in the works right now. Subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. And until next time, bear down.